Hello everyone, welcome to the CTV News on Calabash TV and on the Wave Radio 94.5. I am Lisa Joseph. OECS tourism ministers have laid out a roadmap to deriving increased benefits from the multi-billion-dollar tourism industry. The ministers met in Grenada to hammer out a common policy with discussion centered on hassle-free travel in the sub-region as a single space. The OECS ministers identified deficiencies, administrative and legislative arrangements needed to facilitate the easy travel, as well as the implications for the tourism sector. The goal is to have visitors to the OECS travel freely among the territories.
Let us say, for example, somebody coming from Kazakhstan may need a visa to come into any of the OECS states. If they land in Grenada, then the arrangement should be such, once they have a visa for entry into Grenada, it means entry into the rest of the OECS. So from entering Grenada, they could then move freely across the OECS states and depart from any of those states without any hassle. It's similar to if you get a Schengen visa and you go into Europe, you can travel all across Europe from whatever point of entry. So these are the kinds of initiatives that will really make our help to boost our economies, to make life much easier and more comfortable, and to deepen the integration process.
While visitor arrivals to the OECS has increased dramatically over the years, there has been a significant decline in intra-regional travel. The OECS Director General says this speaks to the larger problems of accessibility and cost of travel within the Caribbean.
The enlargement of the space of the OECS is an opportunity for us as OECS citizens to get to know each other better, to occupy that space, to make use of that wider market. So we need to put the measures in place that will ensure that business people, small entrepreneurs, hucksters, young people, students, exchanges of all kinds begin to happen across that single space, so that we can begin to create a dynamic economy that does not look at itself in silos, in national silos, but occupies the full space of the OECS.
The OECS tourism ministers agreed upon the establishment of a virtual tourism institute which will train nationals in various aspects of tourism hospitality.
It will allow all of the community colleges of the OECS, the divisions of hospitality training, to move to a completely different level of operation. And we have identified the niche areas that need for human resource development in the tourism sector that need to be strengthened, or where training does not now exist that needs to be provided in order to enhance our tourism offering and to move tourism to the next level. Each community college will have an area we've already identified, and that was based on a very scientific survey that was done of the capabilities of the community colleges of member states. So each community college will have an area of specialization. So the thinking there is that Montserrat would deal with what they call oenology and mixology. Now, oenology is, I guess, the high science of wine, the selection of wines and the use of wines and so on. Antigua and Barbuda will deal with luxury accommodation services. The BVI with baking and pastry arts. Dominica, nature and adventure tourism. Grenada, culinary tourism and gastronomy. Now, let me just pause a bit on Grenada. Culinary tourism and gastronomy. Look at what you all have done here with the Pure Grenada brand and the use of the creation of festivals like the Cocoa Festival, the Chocolate Festival, and the Nutmeg Festival, and so on, and other festivals. So you already have established some best practices in that area, and it's going to take Grenada's advantage even further. Montserrat will be dealing with specialized tour guidance, St. Kitts and Nevis tourism events and attraction management, St. Lucia spa and wellness operations, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines marine and coastal tourism.